guide today. As a quick reminder for your safety, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside of the truck at all times. It's pretty bumpy out there. We don't want to lose anyone. This is a great time to get those cameras out and ready to go. We won't be able to stop for every animal that we see, but I'll do my best to get us some good pictures. Our first stop on this journey is the Little Eternity Forest. Animals out here rely on camouflage to hide from predators, but it looks like we've got a welcoming crew here. It's a black and white bird. They'll be coming up on our left. This is a saddle-billed stork. They can grow 5 feet tall and have a 9-foot wingspan. They don't really vocalize. Instead, they rattle their bills to communicate. Now take a look at their eye color. That one has bright yellow eyes, so that means they are a female. If they have dark brown eyes, it's a male. Over there on your right, walking around, there's an okapi. Okapis have those stripes on their legs that make them look like zebras. They're actually the closest known relative to the giraffe. We can tell this by their skull structure and also their prehensile tongue, which just means it acts like a finger and grab onto food with their tongue. The stripes help them blend into their surroundings. They're blending in so well, they weren't discovered by Western civilization until 1901. Before that, okapis were considered a myth. Now let's take a look down by this watering hole. It's usually a good place to find some animals. Actually, here's a black rhino waiting for us. There's a good spot here. Black rhinos weigh about 3,000 pounds. They are solitary animals. They like to stay off by themselves, just like this one. But pointed prehensile upper lips, they can grab onto bushes and leaves, makes them perfect for the forest. Sadly, at one point there were only 5,000 black rhinos left in the entire world. They got poached for their horns. Some people believed there was medicinal quality to their horns, but research proved that to be completely false. It's actually made of keratin, which is the same thing that makes up your hair and fingernails. They started spreading that information around. Their numbers have close to doubled what they were, so it's pretty exciting. See some movement up here on the left. Yeah, there's going to be a couple of animals that kind of look like deer up there. Those are greater kudu. Only males have horns, and those are females. The male's horns can grow to be about 5 to 6 feet long. A little bit harder to see back there, but there's a brown animal moving behind the bushes. That was a bongo. Bongos are often known as the ghost of the forest. You very rarely see them. Both the males and females have horns that are slanted back to protect their head as they move through the underbrush. Alright, well let's go take a look in the Safi River. See if we can find some aquatic animals. They'll most likely be underwater, so just keep a lookout for ripples and bubbles to tell us where they are. A couple of hippos down there by the shore. Can get you a quick glimpse of them. I'm trying to find some more hippos around the corner as well. You'll also see those grayish white birds. Those are pink-backed pelicans. They get that name because of the pink on their back that gets brighter during mating season, almost like they're blushing. Their wingspan is about 9 feet wide, which is almost the same width as the canopy above you.
Oh, I see them. You see the bubbles? Those bubbles.
Let's check on the other side for some more hippos. Yeah, there's a whole load of them hanging out.
Yeah. The bubbles. That's what they got.
There he is. Hippos can hold their breath for several minutes at a time, so they can sleep underwater, give birth underwater, nurse underwater, all without having to come up for air for a little while. Their body subconsciously knows when to rise to the surface, grab a breath, and head back under. Hippos are nocturnal animals, so one of the only times you see them out of the water is at night. They go up onto the shore, walk about 5 miles in search of food, and then they head back to the water. As much time as they spend in the water, we don't often see them swimming. Instead, they like to sink down to the very bottom and start walking along. Each hippo has a unique wheeze honk sound they use to communicate. The more dominant the hippo, the more responses that they get. Some more ripples down there. Could be from the waterfall, but you never know. Yeah, in fact, there's a Nile crocodile on that island right next to the bridge. You can get a quick glimpse of them. The Nile crocodiles are the largest species of crocodile in Africa, averaging around 16 feet long and 500 pounds. Crocodiles make pretty good parents. When their eggs are ready to hatch, they roll them around in their mouth to help them along in the process. If there's danger in the area, they can scoop up their babies in their mouth to keep them safe. But we are going to leave the river behind and head into the savannah. See a bit of a difference in the vegetation. It's going to be a lot more open, a lot less trees. Animals over here rely on speed and agility to evade their predators, so it might be a little bit easier to find them. But speaking of vegetation, coming up on our right, we're going to see this baobab tree. It's also known as an upside-down tree. You can kind of see why. It looks like it's been planted with roots up in the air. It'll go 9 months out of the year leafless, storing all of the excess water inside of its trunk, which has kind of a spongy texture instead of a normal tree trunk. During a drought, some of the animals will scrape off the bark to get to the water inside, which is why it goes by another name that you might have heard of before. It's called the Tree of Life. Looks like there's a herd of wildebeest up ahead. And some Ankole cattle that we'll be able to go right next to. Those animals with the really big horns. Their horns aren't as heavy as they look. They have a honeycomb-like structure inside, along with blood vessels flowing through.
I don't know if you want to cross or not. You just
Pump the blood up into their horns, cools down faster up there, goes right back into their body. It's like having air conditioning on top of your head.
Oh boy.
It looks like you might let us cross the road. We're gonna go past them.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your patience, buddy. He's very polite. I can see that.
There he goes. He's crossing behind us.
Getting food for them. I think. Look at that. Yeah, they're outside. They're usually not outside. Prairie dogs.
A couple of African painted dogs over here on the left. They're just switching sides with us. We'll see if they come back this way. They're really great pack hunters. They work well in teams led by an alpha male and an alpha female, making decisions together. Even though they're called painted dogs, they're part of the canid family, not the canine. So they only have 4 toes instead of 5 like domesticated dogs.
Oh, wow. How many toes? 4 toes.
Keep looking kind of behind you on your left by that log. There are some sable antelope back there. Both the males and females will have those horns that are curved back like that to protect themselves from predators. But we'll get a great look at this herd of wildebeest up here. Wildebeest form the second most densely populated mammals on Earth, second only to humans. They'll migrate a few times throughout the year, sometimes forming groups of about 1.5 million. They'll travel 500 to 1,000 miles altogether. It's called the Great Migration. It happens every year. Now, groups their size are bound to have some stragglers. So to help out those wildebeest, they have scent glands in their hooves. So if anyone gets left behind, you can just follow the scent back to the herd. Couple of zebras up there on your left. Looks like some Hartman's mountain zebras. There's a few ways we can tell what species they are. The stripes on their back legs get a little bit wider than other species. Their hooves are smaller so they can climb on the mountains easier. But most telling, and once we come back around this corner, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. There's underneath their neck is a little bit of extra skin. It's called a dewlap. Helps them regulate their body temperature, keeps them cooler throughout the day. They're the only species of zebra with that dewlap. It's a springbok on your right. Welcome back to the springbok. Each zebra's stripes are unique to that zebra. It's kind of like a fingerprint. When a baby is born, they imprint on their mom, so they can find her no matter where she is in the desert.
That's a very good picture.
Now going back to that springbok on your right, they are in the top 10 fastest land animals, running 55 miles per hour. They do this thing called pronking when they're scared or excited. They run really fast across the savannah and start hopping. You can jump 6 feet into the air, 13 feet forward with a running start. There's a few more wildebeest over here. Wildebeest lay down facing out, that way they have a look in every direction, make sure there are no predators after them. It gives them a quick escape if they need to get away as well.
That's
just behind these palm trees up ahead, I see some giraffes walking around, so we're gonna head up to those. My large group of giraffes is called a tower, which is a pretty fitting name for them. Fully grown, they're 18 feet tall. Their firstborn, they're already 6 feet tall. But as tall as they are, they only have 7 vertebrae in their neck, which is the same amount that we have. Their tongue is about 18 inches long. Just like the okapi we saw before, it's a prehensile tongue. And these are Maasai giraffes. We can tell just by their spots. Got kind of a jagged, messy edge, unlike the reticulated giraffe you'll see up on your spotting guide with a smoother pattern. They'll spend most of their day eating, only going about 30 minutes every day sleeping. Not even at the same time. They break it up into a few minutes here and there. And for the most part, they stay standing. It's very rare that we see a giraffe laying down on the ground. It makes them too vulnerable to predators. I see the tail end of an elephant up here. Kind of behind the bushes. I'm gonna see if we can get a better view. A fully grown male elephant weighs about 13,000 pounds. And females are around 7,000 to 8,000 pounds. There's one. But every elephant eats 4 to 6% of their body weight every single day, which is a ton of food. Farmers are having some difficulties with the elephants getting into their crops for a free buffet. They partnered up with researchers and they found out the elephants were afraid of bees. They started putting up bee boxes around their farms. Elephants have incredible hearing, so they can pick up on the bees buzzing from far away. They just avoided that area entirely. So not only did the farmers get to keep all of their crops, but the elephants were safe from human populations. It's kind of a win-win for everyone. I thought I saw another elephant down here. Maybe behind that baobab tree. Go around the corner, see if we can get a better angle. Did find some greater flamingos up ahead though. In large groups, they're called a flamboyant. So it's a flamboyance of flamingos. Greater flamingos are the largest species of flamingo. They're also the least pink. They get that pink coloration from beta-carotene found in brine, shrimp, and other foods in their diet. Well, they're pretty unique birds. Other birds will migrate with the seasons. As long as they have food and clean water, flamingos pretty much stay in the same place their entire life. There's another elephant back there. Of elephants is led by the oldest and usually largest female called the matriarch. Couple of rhinos heading out this way. Those are white rhinos. They weigh about 4,000 to 6,000 pounds. But they can still run 35 miles per hour, even going on a gallop like a horse, so all 4 of their feet can be off the ground at once. It looks like they've been rolling around in some mud recently. Rhinos do that throughout the day to keep themselves cooler. Also acts as bug protection for them. Looks like they want to show us the way. White rhinos got their name from a misinterpretation of the Afrikaans word "wit," meaning wide, referring to their wide mouth. People misheard it. They thought they were saying white. It just kind of stuck. But I do see a cheetah walking around up here too.
Oh, wow.
Up there on your left. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal, going 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. They have semi-retractable claws, giving them extra traction to get up to speed. Their tail acts as a rudder to change direction while they're running. They're not the most powerful cats, so they can only keep that speed for a couple hundred yards before they have to stop. I can kind of see it from here. They've got 2 black teardrop markings going down the sides of their nose. Helps keep the sunlight out of their eyes. That comes in really handy because, unlike a lot of large cats, cheetahs will hunt during the day for less competition. I'm gonna try to sneak past these rhinos here. some lions have taken over. Lions will rest for most of the day, saving all of their energy for when they go hunting. One of the only big cats that form prides and hunt cooperatively. Females will do the majority of the hunting while the males will stay back and protect their pride. Let's see if we can get another look for them. Unless he's gonna turn his head right when I leave. Oh, he's playing with us. During the day, a lion's eyesight is about the same as a human's. Once it gets dark, it is 6 times better than ours. A couple of females over here, though. Take a great look at them. Just a couple of waterbuck on your right as well. Shaggy brown animals. Only males have horns, and those are females. They have an oily substance in their fur that keeps them somewhat waterproof. Well, we're looking at something else over here, too. Oh, yep. Couple more rhinos up here.
I think the rhino is following us. The lion is watching the rhino. Hey.
Alright, we're gonna see if we can get past these rhinos, maybe. Well, they have super sensitive hearing, so I will ask a favor, just be nice and quiet when we go past them.
This lion is really scary.
Awesome, thank you. That's pretty cool. A couple of warthogs back there behind the bushes. Right behind the bushes on your left. Warthogs are the largest burrowing mammal in Africa. They'll use their tusks and their front hooves to dig out those burrows, and the back end showing off their tusks. Keeps them safer from predators. I actually have 2 sets of tusks. The top are for digging. The bottom are razor sharp, so they use them for defense. Like some ostrich eggs over there on your right. They weigh 3 pounds each, the equivalent of 2 dozen chicken eggs. They're incredibly sturdy. You could stand on one of those, they wouldn't even break. Well, and it looks like we've reached the edge of the reserve. We're going to check in with the warden, see if they've got anything fun going on before we leave. They've adopted some Nigerian dwarf goats. They might look really small, but they are fully grown. It's as big as they get. They have a really sweet milk that they produce that's pretty high in value. Some farmers have switched over to goat farming. It takes up less space from the wildlife around them. They are ruminants, which means they have 4 chambers in their stomach to help them break down some of the tougher vegetation. Takes care of all the weeds for the warden. Officially out of the reserve. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We got to see a lot of cool animals out there, but one of the biggest problems facing these animals is habitat loss. There's a really easy way for you to help out. It could be to start recycling as much as you can, or making little changes in your everyday lives, like getting reusable water bottles instead of plastic bottles, getting some beeswax paper instead of cling wrap, bringing your own bags to the grocery store. But one of the biggest ways to help out is to recycle any electronics. There's this mineral called coltan that's being mined in a lot of environments of animals we just saw. Well, if we recycle all those old electronics, or if we upgrade to a new cell phone, we bring in the old one, we can recycle it for you. You can really cut back the need for coltan and help protect those animals' homes. We're just about back to our dock. If you want want to take this extra time to look around yourself, make sure nothing popped out of your pockets. Here at Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye. It's too final a word. All we do say is Kwaharini, which means to go well. So Kwaharini, everyone. Come back and see us sometime. No two safaris are ever quite the same. Animals make sure of that.